Hi everybody, this is Verna from StampinNotes.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in western New York State outside of a little town called Canisteo, and I live on a farm. And man, it is a beautiful day here, but boy, it is hot, piping hot. So I have some beautiful cards to share with you today featuring the Shaded Summer Stamp Set. And before I get started with that, I'm gonna let you know a few things that are going on. This is my host code for this week. If you place an order of $50 in my online store before tax and shipping, I will send you a pack of the beautiful Genial Gems for free. It's an $8 value. Also, I'm a tiny bit late because at the last minute my computer wanted to do a Windows update, so I'm waiting for that to finish doing that. I won't be able to see your comments for a little bit here till that updates all the way, but I wanted to get started anyways. I don't like being late. So the other thing that's going on right now is Sale-a-bration. And as many of you know, the mini catalog was just released. There are beautiful fall and winter items in here. And if you don't have one and you need one, you can email me at vernastamps@gmail.com. I'd be glad to send you one of those. And also the little sale catalog for every $50 that you purchase, you can choose an item out of here. Some are $50 values and some are $100 values. And the stamp set I'm featuring today, Shaded Summer, has beautiful dies that are in here that are free with a $100 order. And let me show you those dies. They're gorgeous. By the way, this is on back order, I think because people want to get it because the dies are so popular. It'll be available in about 10 days, but if you wanted it, you can go ahead and order it, and then when it's available, it will be sent to you. So here are the dies right here. There's some gorgeous flower dies, and I'm wondering if I need to turn my phone. All of a sudden I was thinking about that. Okay, and these are the die cuts, what they look like after they're cut out, and we're going to be using some of these today. So, the other thing I want to tell you about is my Sweet Notes Card Club. This is the last day to sign up for the August Card Club, which features a Beauty of Friendship stamp set, and it's a gem. Has gorgeous paper, beautiful dies, and nice sentiments. And for $40, you get the materials to make 8 cards, 4 different designs, so 2 of each design. The envelopes, the inside mat piece. You get $20 worth of supplies included in that will go along with this, and priority shipping. And if you stay in for 6 consecutive months, then I will send you a free stamp set of your choice from any of the current catalogs. So that's a really good deal. There's that. And then the other thing I want to let you know about is if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator or as a hobbyist, now is a wonderful time because the incentives are so great. Not only do you get $125 worth of product for $99 plus free shipping, but you get to choose one of these beautiful bundles for free. And as you can see, they go anywhere from $31.50 in price all the way up to $60.25. And these bundles are in the Sale-a-bration catalog. And I would love to have you join my team. We have a great time. We have a team night, and you have access to all my PDFs for free. We do cards together, and if that's anything you're interested in, there will be a link in the description below the video, and also if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the below the YouTube description. And I guess that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and start. And so we're using the shaded summer stamp set. And this is the first card that we're gonna do today. Isn't that pretty? It's simple but pretty. And this actually was featured from Stampin' Up, and I cased it from Stampin' Up. It is really easy to make. Just takes a little bit of extra time because we're gonna cut these strips. So first thing I'm gonna do is you need a thick Whisper White card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm gonna start with adhering these strips to the card base. And as you can see, I started over towards this corner right here. And you want to do that. If you start way over here, you're going to need longer strips. So these actually are 3/4 by 6 inches strips. And the colors I'm using are Petal Pink, Just Jade, and Soft Succulent. I'm going to grab them right here. Let's start with the Petal Pink at the top, and I'm going to use Seal Plus. You can use Snail or the adhesive if you want. Snail is the name for our old adhesive. I'm not going to go all the way to the end on this because you will see we're going to be cutting off the ends. I'm just going to go like that. Need a little bit more there. I'm going to bring my card stock in, and I want this one probably going about like that. All right, and we're going to do this, layer this all the way down the card. The next one is Just Jade. Still waiting for my computer to come up. It's doing cleanup work. It says don't turn off your computer, which I'm not going to do. And the one thing you want to watch is I tend to look up here and then I'll have a space here, and you don't want that. You want to make sure your strip covers all of the white on the front where it's going. And you're just going to layer that right up next to the previous piece. Oh, see what I did? Okay, so I got to pull that down a little bit. Sometimes you can lift the seal up when you first put it on. Okay, let's see if this is gonna, nope. A little more. Okay, and then we're gonna do another Petal Pink. I might have said Pale Pink, and it's Petal Pink. We're gonna use 2 of each of these. And another Just Jade. And another Soft Succulent. Okay, and you can see that we have a lot hanging over. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to bring in some scissors that I don't mind getting sticky on, and just cut this off. I'm going to go right along the cardstock edge, the white cardstock edge. Like this. And try not to get your white cardstock when you're cutting. And then I'm going to come back in with my snips, and I'm going to get a little closer with them. And you can see I have a little bit of on the edge here hanging over. I'm still, my other computer, my laptop is still updating, so I can't see comments or anything. Now you can turn it over on this side. You can feel where the fold of the Whisper White cardstock is, and you can go right along it like this. Okay, computer is on. I'm going to try logging on now. And then I'm going to go turn this over, and I'm going to go right up along this edge here. Carefully. And then I'll have to clean my snips and get any sticky stuff off them. And lemon oil is really good for that, essential oil. I know Goo Gone is also another one that's really good to use for that. Okay, so we've got our card. This looks like it's sticking out a little bit here. All right, so we've got our card covered. I'm going to take this and just throw it in my garbage. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a piece of vellum, and it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And as you know, vellum, usually adhesive shows on it underneath. So I'm gonna put some adhesive right here in the center of the card. Just a little bit to hold that, and that will be covered up. And we're going to center this 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece right here. The other thing I wanted to tell you is we have mystery stamping on Monday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a lot of fun, and I post the supplies that you need for it. Usually I send an email Saturday evening, and if you're not on my email list and you would like to be, you can email me at vernastamps@gmail.com, or there will be a sign up link. And then it's a Monday evening that we stamp together, and that's always a lot of fun. Okay, I'm on my computer now. I'm just trying to see if I can see what's going on here. Okay. And I'm going to click on this. And mute myself. Hi, Margaret. Okay, and all right, thank you for joining me, Margaret. All right, so we've got this on here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my image that I want to use on the front, and I'm going to use, oops, sorry, dropping things here. I'm going to use my Stamparatus because I want to make sure I get a good image. And the stamp that I'm using is the one with the large flowers. I'm going to put this face down where I want it and pick it up. The Stamparatus has 2 plates, and I just have one on it right now. my ink is kind of old, so I want to make sure I can get a good image. So I may have to stamp this twice, and the Stamparatus is an awesome tool because you can go back and stamp over it. Yeah, see there's a little bit of graininess there, and I want a nice image. Hey Arlene. Yeah, I like to use it. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty nice. Maybe one more. There's a little bit of graininess there. So I went to the dentist this morning. That's why I wasn't on this morning. And Mac had to go too. I'm glad that's over with. All right, so I'm going to move this out. And I'm bringing in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you don't have the dies, you could fussy cut this out just by hand. And I need the die. Here's the dies. Okay. So it's this large die here. That looks about right. I'm going to grab a Post-it to hold it. That should hold that die in place while we run it through the die cutting machine. Sorry about the phone moving around. I know what you mean about your teeth hurting. Okay, so there's our pretty die cut. And I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop it up on this card. Okay. I'll get these off there. All right, so this is going to be centered on here like this. And then I stamped a sentiment just to save time. I stamped it ahead of time. And this is 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. So it goes all the way across the front of the card. And I need the dimensionals again. Arlene, have you been doing any more canning? I see that a lot of people have peaches. When we went to our dentist is in Rochester, and I saw a lot of signs for peaches on the way. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Mom always cans peaches. Okay, so we've got that on there. Green beans. I picked green beans from my son's garden this afternoon, and so we're having them for supper. All right, the only thing I have left to add to this are some little pearls. And I'm just gonna randomly put them on here. maybe one there. So I don't really like that there. I don't really like that there. I guess those three. So the other thing, this card is done, and except for the inside, and I would just take and stamp probably another one of those flowers. I think I will do that right now on the inside piece. I usually like to add an inside piece. I know, Margaret, I used to can quite a bit, and I don't anymore. My mom loves to still, though. And the only thing we'll do together usually is, we have a really good zucchini relish recipe that we like to do together because everybody loves it. I know, and then you can go to Wegmans, but there's nothing like having canned goods to go to get out of your pantry. All right, so this is gonna go on the inside like that. All right, now I'm gonna step this card up a little bit. Also, girls, if you comment and share this, we'll do the same thing we do for mystery stamping for a prize. Okay, and we'll put this in there like that. Now that's a pretty card for a friend. And the next card, I've already done the base, and I've stepped it up a little bit. What I did was I took the pink strips of cardstock, and I just laid them out on a scrap piece of paper. Here's my scrap paper. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm just gonna lay two side by side like this. And they don't even have to be lined up really. I'm gonna take my same stamp, and I'm just gonna randomly stamp across them like this. Stamp that a little more. Okay, so that's how I did the strips on here. This is Just Jade. This is, I'm sorry, that's Soft Succulent. This is Just Jade that is from the Penguin Playmate paper. I don't know if you guys have, but it's this piece here, and it's on the back. And I couldn't find, there's a leafy pattern Stampin' Up! Showed with this card. I couldn't find it, but I thought that went good, and that gives the card a little more interest. All right, so we've stepped our card base up a little bit. And now what we're gonna do is bring in a piece of the vellum, and I'm gonna stamp the leaf randomly on this. There's a little leaf stamp. Right here it is. And I'm using the Just Jade. Thanks for sharing, ladies. And I'm just going to randomly go over it. And some is our second generation stamping. It's not as dark as the first one. All right, now on the vellum, it takes a little longer to dry. So I've already done one that has dried. Let me find it here in my pile. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this on the center of this card. Same thing we did before. I'm gonna put some seal right in the middle here to hold that vellum. And then I'm going to bring it in and center it. Okay. All right, and now we're going to do the flower, and I've already stamped it and everything, so I'm going to put it on there. We're going to do the tag a little bit different on this one. What did I do with my dimensionals? Here they are. I should be able to, I'm planning on doing a featured stamp set every Wednesday, or a featured technique. And depending on my schedule on that Wednesday, it'll either be live or pre-recorded, or it'll either be like at 11 or 4 o'clock. Okay, so there's that on that. Isn't that pretty? Now this tag, it says the same thing, love you friend. And we're gonna take and just cut it this way. This one needs to be cut over a little more. And pop this up. Thanks, Arlene. Thank you, Margaret. And then this is going to go on here like this. Whoops. Like this. All right, so I don't like the way this is hanging off. I'm going to move it over just a little. Okay, that's better. Let's stand up and see if it's straight. So you girls probably know that you can color your baker's twine, and I did color, well, let me show you how I did it. I'm taking a piece of the plain white, and I'm using the stamp pad to do this. I'm going to take the stamp pad, which is the Just J, and I've got it open, but I'm going to lay my thread across like this, and I'm not going to close it. I'm going to pull it through, and you'll see that it's you'll have to do it a couple times to get it fully colored. And you'll see that there's still a little white showing, and then I don't worry about the ends because I'll put it back through and not do the ends because I'm going to cut them off anyways. Usually by like the third time, it's pretty dark and colored all the way through. All right, so we'll save this piece because it's a little bit wet. But I'm going to take this piece here and do a bow on the end of this. How's your flower garden doing, Margaret? You have beautiful flowers. Well, Arlene, you do too. You both do. That's one thing that's on my list to do tonight is water. All right, I'm going to use a glue dot here. Okay, so this card is done. Now the next card I'm going to use the dies on. Some of your flowers are done, but new ones are coming out. Yes, your sunflowers were, well, all your flowers were gorgeous. The roses, I know, I do not have good luck with roses. I don't know if it's our soil or what the deal is. Okay, this is the last card. And on this card, I've done the same thing, the layers, the stamped pink strip, and then the DSP Just Shade and the soft succulent. On the vellum, I've used the craft white ink, and I'm not going to show you how to do that because I know you saw me do the jade. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to put adhesive here. I'm going to lay this down. Yeah, I love sunflowers too. All right. Okay, so I have some, this looks like it needs to go over a little more this way. I cut out some of the die cuts, and I'm going to bring them in. And we're going to use these instead of the one flower. I'm going to see what we got here. I'm going to put this one up here. Where's Wickham's farm? I don't think I've heard of that. I got a plugged glue bottle. All right, I'm going to try and do it with a seal. All right, so this one is going to go underneath the vellum right here. And I'm going to put one of these little flowers here. I'm going to put another leaf down here on the vellum. Penfield, huh. So it must be a sunflower farm. That there. I'm going to use another little white one down here. Might have more up like this. Okay, so up here I'm going to use, these are made so this can layer on this. Oh, apples. Oh, nice. I know, I love fresh, I can't wait for fresh apples. I do like to make applesauce. Okay, this is gonna go here. And we need a little bit of this green. I need my little mat here. All right, I need glue, so I'm opening a new glue bottle. Just some little dabs here to hold it, and that was too big of a dab. want that under there. Okay, and this I did on crumb cake, and this is gonna go, I think I'm gonna cut the ends on this one too. It's gonna go across like this, and I want this other flower to be on top, so a little bit of glue there. Because I want the texture, and I don't like how I did that glue. I'm gonna wipe a little bit of that off. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna put this over both of them. This one is gonna go this way. This is gonna go on top. And this is gonna go here. All right, and we need a little bit of the, actually, I think I'll put this on this one. This is gonna pop up here, and maybe we want, there was another white flower here. There he is. I think I'll pop that one up there. You can tell I'm doing this by the flying by the seat of my pants here. I think I'll put it down here on this one like that. Well, thank you. I'm gonna cut this leaf off here. And all right, so put some dimensionals on this. What makes the best cards, Margaret? All right, let's see. How about over a little bit? Okay. And then this one I'm going to pop up with a dimensional. Actually, I'm going to grab a mini Yeah. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good. I usually like to have everything exactly so I know what I'm gonna do. All right, so this needs a few gems. And let's try adding this to it. This is the one that I inked up a few minutes ago. You can use your Stampin' Blends too to do it. And I've got a little spot there. I'm gonna grab my blend and ink that. Good enough. I don't mind a little white showing. And glue dots, where are you? Thank you, Margaret. Oh, there they are. I think I'll put the bow here. Love you, friend. And then we need a little bling. I know I should be using my take a pic tool. Okay, so that is done. So we have our 3 cards. This is the basic first one. And this is our second stepped up one. And this is the third one using the die cuts. And thank you so much, girls, for stopping by. And I'll put the supplies in the description below the video. Hope you have a great evening. Take care. Hello.